Hello, and welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. I am Natalie. I am an empath and intuitive card reader. For those of you this is your first visit here, I'm here this evening to do the general monthly reading for the sign of Virgo for the month of December in 2016. Why don't we get the cards shuffled up and get the spread laid out? And those are my rocks, my cleansing rocks, my Bay of Fundy rocks. Just getting them out of the way. Okay, all right. So I've cleansed my cards of any tired, stale vibrations and energies. Ask spirit guides, masters of the universe, and masters of the natural world order to please bring forth some positive ions from the Atlantic Ocean and through the Bay of Fundy and through the cove in my backyard and into the cards. And this is for Virgo. General reading for December 2016. There, it's quite late here. I had a 4-hour sleep last night, so I was very tired today. So I was up doing readings most of the night. And I laid down here around 9 p.m. tonight. And I slept for 2 hours. Then I got up and got all cleaned up and all refreshed again so I could finish off the last 3 readings for the December monthlies. And I'm going to be busy. I have private readings that are floating in back to back on top of each other, which is wonderful. Thank you so much, guys, for your support and your belief and your trust. This is for Virgo. Any messages for Virgo? Masters of the universe, masters of the natural world order, and loving spirit guides. Bring me a real good reading for Virgo. Give me some nice, fresh, lively cards. Let's have a good reading for Virgo. Virgos are usually such nice people. I had 2 sisters that were Virgos. And one has passed away and one is still alive and kicking quite well. Virgos are usually, they have their own little quirks and idiosyncrasies. Things that make them a Virgo, I guess you might say. That constitute what a Virgo is. The similarities among them. They're usually very studious people, very organized people, very tidy, neat, and clean people. They like organization. They like everything to have a place in their life, and every place to have its own life. So, for those of you that are new, I use the Oceanic Tarot deck, by the way, as well. It fits good with the Bay of Fundy. And it is written by, the cards are written by Jane Wallace. And the illustrator is Jane Delaford Taylor. I like to give credit for the cards. I'm doing a 5-card spread. And at the end of the 5-card spread, I pull one significator from another deck. It's just called Tarot. And that'll give us a significant interpretation or anything that might have been not picked up within the 5 cards. This will bring it to the forefront. And I don't stop shuffling. I know this seems a little long, but I don't stop shuffling until I'm told to. That's it. All right, Virgo. First card that I pulled for you in the Oceanic Tarot reading is your overall energy for this reading. This card represents kindness, and it is the Queen of Pentacles. I'll address the cards at first or introduce them, and then we'll go back and decipher them. Second card that I pull falls into your place of wealth and finance, and what I pulled for you was the 6 of Wands, and it represents success. What a great place for that to fall in, Virgo. Just wonderful. Third card that I pulled, and this fell in your hearth, your home, your heart, anything to do with love, romance included, family, friends. And what I pulled for you in this placement was the Knight of Pentacles. And what a wonderful pairing for the heart. Loyalty. Loyalty is a representation. Okay? Number 4 that I pulled for you, which are your challenges for the month of December, Virgo. And it's not a bad card at all. It's wonderful. Ace of Swords. It's about victory. Victory. Okay. And one more to go. The fifth and final card is your message from Spirit. That's a good card. It's the World. It represents regeneration. All right. Let's get into this reading. Okay. Little drink of tea. It is 12:43 a.m. I need the tea. But I'm feeling very relaxed and very refreshed. I'll sleep good when the night is over for me. But right now I feel really good. So it's a perfect time to be doing a reading. So, okay, Virgo. The first card that I pulled was a Queen of Pentacles. She's all about kindness. Pentacles are about money for those of you that may be new to tarot's readings. Okay. So, the key words for this card in this placement, your overall energy, is generosity and love. For some, it may mean fertility. Now, fertility doesn't always mean getting preggers and having babies and stuff like that. Fertility can mean is something that's growing, something that's transforming, very fertile, like fertile ground, fertile situations, fertile relationships that continue to grow and thrive. Fertility is about thriving and growing. So that could mean something else for some of you. The other keywords are money and comfort, nature, and for some of you, children and animals and involvement with them. The advice is to be hands-on and to get involved. Give practical help and share your knowledge with those who need it. So if you see somebody struggling with something, or maybe somebody directly comes right out and asks for your help, your expertise, and your knowledge, don't hesitate to give that, to give freely of that, to give all of yourself. For somebody that comes, that's probably one of the highest compliments somebody can receive, is when another human being comes to you, or even an animal, or a child. It could be very much that as well. I'm hearing this. And when somebody approaches you and says, I need your help. And out of all the people in the world that could have walked towards to ask for help, they walked towards you, Virgo. And there's a reason for that. And it's like kismet. It's meant to be. A child may come to you and ask you for some help. And it could be help with, and I am not going to go there and say that. So stop saying it. I'm not going there, okay? Sometimes I hear things, and no, I don't fudge the cards, and I don't lie, and I don't create things, but some things come forward, and they're better left unsaid. I am not saying that, you know. But you may have a child, somebody may have a child coming to them to ask them for advice about a very delicate subject. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's not for all of you. Remember now, this is general reading. So, it just if you see something where you know, because we know when we look at people, we know when we look at situations that, you know, I could probably do that little job maybe a little more efficient, a little faster than the person that I'm watching, whatever that is. And you know in your gut and in your heart that if you put your hands on it and very gently said, let me help, let me try, you'd sum up whatever the job is, or whatever the issue is, or whatever the project is, faster and more efficiently, because this is your corner, this is your baby, this is something you've had experience with, and you're really, really good at it. This could come for some of you. This is an affectionate, generous woman as well, because sometimes she'll manifest into a real person, and sometimes it's vibrations and energies that she represents. And sometimes this is the you card, Virgo. This can be you as well. Being affectionate and generous. A wise helper. That this is a type of person. She is, you'll recognize her because she's a lover of nature. She has very strong family values. She has a very strong moral compass on life and people in general. It is her second nature to be that way, to always do what's best and always do what's right. She's very, very close to her family. She's very earthy. as I said, a lover of nature, of children, of animals again. And if it's, sometimes it is the U card, it shows that you now, I'm sorry, is the time for you to focus on your key tasks and projects that are in front of you. Your focus is needed and requested by the energies that you need to put your hands on in there. You're being advised as well, and not that Virgo needs to hear this, you really don't, because you're very frugal people, you're very wise people. You're not the type to go on big shopping sprees just for the sake of going shopping. So you're very wise with your money. Continue to be that way as well. Watch where you send it. Watch where you place it. Let's see here. She can be, this woman, and if it's you, Virgo, have a very maternalistic side to you. Very mothering, caring way. It is second nature. To have this woman in your life right now is beneficial. If this is somebody that you feel you work with, somebody you feel that's in the same field as you are, we'll say, she's a very strong supporter of you and what you do, because as perfect as Virgos like to be and like their lives to be, they too are human, and they too need to turn to somebody else. And for some of you, that's this person. For some of you, this is a genuine woman that you know, and as I told you how to recognize her. And if not, then this is you, and you are this giant, this very kind, generous woman as well. She's very prominent right now in your life. And some of you notice her as a friend or somebody very close in your daily life, such as a boss, a co-worker, a mentor of kind. So whatever that means to you. Okay, so the second card that I pulled for you in your place of wealth and finance, Six of Wands, it's all about success. What a wonderful word to fall in a wonderful position. Success. Wands are all about practical things, practicality, like your bank account, your truck, your car, your house, your job. These are practical things. You have to excuse my voice is really low tonight, probably because it's still asleep. Okay, so when this card shows up, Virgo, it brings brilliant success, and this is after hard work. Success after hard work. Others are going to be drawn to your light. There's an inner light inside of you that shows competence, confidence, completeness. When people go to you and they're a little unsure about something, then they get around you and you just seem to be so on everything, on it, on everything. Answers to questions that you don't even see coming. You don't even have to think about things. This is where the energies are going to lie. So somebody may come to you out of concern to do with a job or finances or money created from a job, wanting to know about what would you do, Virgo, wanting your personal advice on these things. What would you do if you were me? I'm going to have, extra flow of money, and where should I put this money? Because they watched you and see how successful you are with money. So that you become an unrequested mentor for somebody without even realizing that you were. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to be able to help other people and draw them the right way. But you have this light of confidence about you and assuredness. It's very attractive to anybody from any walk of life. You may, somebody may bestow some special attention on you for the work that you do. Also, some of you are going to be falling in love, or there will be a proposal of marriage. This is for a few of you people. Love is going to come out of left field, I feel to say, for some of you. I see a carpenter. I see a man wearing a belt with a carpenter's belt around him and tools hanging from the belt. I don't know who that is, but for any, and I can't even narrow it down to the receiving person, the one that this so-called carpenter, if you're male or female, that they're attracted to. I just see this male carpenter wearing a belt, probably late 20s, early 30s, very, very, very good looking and very competent very strong and very assured. Somebody out there is falling in love with a carpenter. How cool is that? That's what I'm hearing. Um, the advice of this card is to please don't hold back on anything. This is your time to shine, and you deserve the success that's coming towards you, Virgo, right now. Very, very happy for you. Feeling the heat off the card here. This is really, really good. I'm feeling a lot of financial security here. Not a worry in the world. Everything is flowing the way it should be. Everything right now, the energies for you, Virgo, are perfection. It's almost like all the stars in the sky and all the planets have all lined up in the perfect positions to bring these things to you. You're being highly favored right now by Spirit and by the universe. Know that that is true. Your keywords for this card are victory, education, awards, love, proposals, strength, and ceremony. And this is a really great card. Just absolutely fantastic. It seems unassuming, doesn't it? You know, well, 6 wands, like what is, but it is. It's success all the way around in all areas of your life. I just got a nudge to say too, you know what? This is life. This is real life. So that, you know, that we're all living out here. You may encounter a few bumps, but this is life. The universe, the spirit guides are telling me this is life for Virgo. That everything, the things that are important for you are secure. All right. If they're not, they're going to be. You are that close. But you know, with real life, there's little ups and downs in your day. But these things are going to roll off you like water off a duck's back. They're not going to upset you in any way. But spirits want you to just be aware that you'll be kept in the now and grounded in reality. It doesn't have to be anything negative or bad. It's a good thing. So the third card that I pulled for you in your hearth, your home, your love, your romance, your family, is the Knight of Pentacles. And this is all about loyalty. All right. This knight is slow and steady. He plans his moves with care. He may not even be the most charming person, but he is loyal and trustworthy. He's always taken very seriously as somebody that people don't mess around with. It's like if you approach him and you have to deal with him, you get to the point. You get to the meat of the matter. Don't drag your feet. Don't stall your words. Be as direct with him as he would be with you, because that's what he knows and that's what he respects. Somebody that's on the same wavelength as him. That's for some of you out there. For somebody like this, it's in your life. Always know that he is very trustworthy. So you can go to him. Just don't piss around the bush. Get to the matter at hand. This person's usually a very busy person. They take everything very, very seriously. Yeah, they have a sense of humor in its rightful place and right time. This will be one of the things that tips you off about who this person is. Let's see here. When this guy shows up, the Knight of Pentacles in a reading, then Pentacles are all about money and creativity and projects as well. He often shows up in readings that show good business sense and dealings, good business dealings. He is he's associated with a good home, which means a good background. This guy has a solid background. When tarot is telling me and the spirits are telling me good home, solid background, very, very solid person, very well structured, and very, very together. And the important things that run their daily lives are locked in solidity. This person represents solidity. And, you know, actions speak louder than words. Somebody can tell you what a great person they are. They're very good at what they do. But if you look at their background, get some reference. You know, the real thing, well, truth is truth. So if somebody's life is in chaos, or you've heard this guy's going bankrupt, then that wouldn't be the case, would it? No, their background you'll know right off. You will feel very comfortable and trustworthy of this person. Right now, for any of you Virgos that have to make a very serious decision, now is the right time for that. This is towards your future. Some of you have to, oh, somebody, I see a male packing up and moving away. You're moving far away. You're huge change in your life. One of you out there, huge change, packing, excited, very serious, focused. There's a change coming, and you're moving. You are literally moving, and you're moving away. You're not just moving across town. You're leaving province. You're leaving state. You're leaving your city, your town, and you're moving somewhere else. This is job related as well. The advice of this card is to make sure you work hard. And sometimes, you know, the work, I'm feeling that's to say for some of you may not be all that exciting, but you know these are things that are required, that have to be done. And they lead to success in the bigger picture. I'm a real strong bigger picture person. You know, I live in the now, but I always look at not wasting my life with things that are not going to matter in the bigger picture. These things are frivolous to me. And that's what's going on with this card too. So you always think about the bigger picture. Keep that in mind. This is going to be the fuel that lights your fire. And like I said, you may have to put in a little bit of extra hard work. Some of you are going to find reasons to find this all very exciting, but this is going to bring you great rewards in the end. Keywords are order, planning, trust, work, and peace. That's a wonderful card to have. Some of you are. There's somebody out there that's a little bit too serious. They're not a little bit too serious. Here's the thing. They have other people depending on them. Family members, very strong. The family members, there's one or two of the family members around you that are having a hard time dealing with you. You seem to have shut down emotionally, and you're in the attitude, everything's black and white right now because it's work related, job related, money related. You need to stop, take your time, and explain to your family, you've got to do this. You know, right now you're in this, you know, for who this matters, you're in this no-nonsense mood, and I don't have time for this. I got work to do, and I got things to do, and I have obligations to meet. Here's the thing. What are you doing it for if you're not doing it for your family? If you don't have your family on board, what's the point? What's the sense? If it's causing friction, you're not doing it right. Okay, Virgo? Virgos can sometimes be, I know a whole bunch, and they're all saying they're anal about certain things, particular and fussy, fusspots. And if they're being serious, and if things are at this moment in the now all about getting a job done and making money, putting everything into place, doing a job at 150%, there's no room for error, there's no room for anything other than it is what it is, and this is the way it's going to be. When it comes to the people that care about you and love you, if you have to slight them to behave this way, or to be this way, or to get a job done, it's not worth it. It's really not. Don't get mad at me for that. I'm just telling it like it is. Be sensitive to the people around you and your family. If there's any friction, sit down and talk it out with them. That's very strongly advised. It'll all be okay as long as you sit and you talk with them. All right, so the next card that I pulled, this is in your challenges for the month of December, Virgo. It is the Ace of Swords, and it's all about victory. And I can tell you right now, Virgo, some of you are contemplating a lot of problems, things that are playing on your minds, and you're looking and searching for victory. All right, because the swords are all about the brain, matters that are on our weighing on our minds, decisions, important decisions that we have to make at some point. So the keywords when this card shows up are beginnings and decisions, action, clarity, determination, solutions, and ideas. And that's where some of you right now, Virgo, your brain is doing this, and it's going click, 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 click. And for some of you, it's going backwards, click, 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 click. And your subconscious mind is the basis that's holding the meat of everything. If you calm down and you relax, you can bring all that information forward into your conscious mind, which will make things a lot easier for you. It leaves you open-minded, so be open-minded. The advice is to use your intelligence, and victory will be yours. Wah, there you go. So, the ace reveals that you will benefit from a smart decision that leads to immediate victory. This is landslide. Just heard landslide victory. Landslide. Too easy almost. Like the victory was waiting to like pop up and go, surprise. And that's exactly what's going to go down. You're going to be surprised. Everybody else is going to be surprised. Whoa. That was meant to be. That's what I'm hearing. That victory was meant to be. It was waiting there the whole time. I don't know what that is, but that's going to happen. So, even if there have been some delays, there's delays for a reason. The ace is showing a breakthrough for you, a mental, intellectual breakthrough. Something that's been on the, and I'm feeling the heat off the card here. Some of you that you've had the back of your mind has been weighed down with something very, very important, and it's been there for a while. The breakthrough's coming, the answers are coming, the information you need, the support that you need is coming. It's all coming and bringing it together so you can move forward. You may have, like I said, there may be a few delays, along with delays in maybe some legal disputes. Something is going to be postponed for a month that you were supposed to be dealing with, a legal sense, something you want to tie up and wrap up, and boy, this is holding you. That may be part of, for some of you, what's been weighing down in your mind is a legal battle, and you just want this completed. You want the ball to roll. You want to move forward with this. Why are there delays out? And there's still another one coming up, sorry to say, about a month behind. All right, so that was your challenges, okay? You need to learn to deal with these things. The last card they pull for you is your message from Spirit, and this is represented by the Tarot, Oceanic Tarot card, the World, and it's about regeneration. Regeneration. So for you right now, Virgo, this card and the Spirit is telling you your life, for some of you that are needing this really bad right now, I'm hearing, is going to be regenerated, renewed. Finally find success that you've been looking for, a reason to celebrate, an end of a phase or a completion of a job, or even a new relationship, a landmark relationship. This could be in business. This holds also a chance of travel for some of you. You may be traveling, semi-business related. Coming into December, going into January, you could find you'll have a work hobby, not a work hobby, but a work vacation going on. Somebody is flying to meet somebody else, their spouse, their significant other. The other person is on the job. They've been held back longer than they thought. You know why? You may be, your spouse, your mate, your better half has been gone away, working somewhere, hoping to tie everything up for the Christmas season so they could come home, and it looks like they're not going to make it because the schedule of plans within this job are so tight. Yes, there'll be Christmas Day off and Boxing Day, but then it's right back at it. It's not worth your time to fly home. So you, Virgo, are going to be flying to spend Christmas with them. It's going to take place somewhere, and it'll be wonderful. The advice of this card is to celebrate what you've achieved, embrace new opportunities. Full of energy and a lot of energy and motivation right now, and the energies are lining up for you, And if what you want is the oysters in the world is your oyster at this time, or it can be. If you want to reach for it, anything you want to reach for, now is the time to do that. The keywords are success, completion, celebration, beginnings, travel, motivation, and renewal. Renewal is a big thing right now with this card. That was your final outcome. So now let's get into, that was your message from Spirit. Just want to do one more card, and that's your significator, the overall reading. And we'll give these a shuffle real quick. It's wonderful. It's a good reading, Virgo. It's excellent. December so far looks really good, but I feel some of these things are stretching into at least the end of January for some of you. There's so much movement going on. A lot of people, you're surrounded by people, and people that matter. Even if you don't think they do, they will, if they don't already. Put it that way. Oh, don't fight with me, cards. Come on now. Bend. We want, okay, Masters of the Universe, Masters of the Natural World Order, and Spirit Guides. Please give me one significator for this 5-card Oceanic spread for the sign of Virgo, for the general monthly reading for the month of December 2016. I need one significator for this overall 5-card spread using the Oceanic Tarot deck. Aren't these cards incredible? They're so big. I know if I can win some extra money, I might invest in a nice new deck of cards. Not my Oceanic, they'll always be there. Actually, I think I could use a second deck of those as backup because mine are wearing out. But I'd like to have another deck. It'd be nice to have another deck for the second deck. And to give people too, when they want private readings, they can choose which deck they would like me to use. I have no problem with that. Unless I feel a strong compulsion, I would override that. Like if I felt compelled to use the Oceanic Tarot deck as opposed to one that somebody else had picked, then I'll go with that. I go with my gut and my intuition. Override the cards and override anybody else's as well. That's just the way it works. I go with mine. One more trouble. Hold on. Significator for Virgo. December 2016. There we go. There we go. Cards waiting for us. I'm going to cut them in half. Take the top card. And what have we pulled? I never know what I'm going to turn over here. Oh, the King of Swords. Well, look at him. Look at him, Virgo. King of Swords. Alright, let me get my book. Alright. Okay. The King of Swords is very similar to the King of Cups. The King of Swords carries an aura of intimidation. Oh, one of them. But both are silent and very, very serious. By tradition, the King of Swords is an expert in law, politics, society, and communication. Wherever he is found, he exercises power. He is emotionally cold, as is the Queen. The King of Swords is happiest with a life of stimulating work, following high ideals. That is you. That is you, Virgo. You, as I said in the beginning of the reading, how you are a very fuss bucket, very strong, very organized, a perfectionist, has a hard time with wiggle room in any situation. To you, Virgo, things are easier if they're black and white. No gray areas, no bursts of colors. If everything is black and white the way it should be, it unnerves you to have any loose ends hanging around. And back to the person that was having a problem with maybe the family support, and you being cut and dry about all, and this is all business, and we're all going to act like grown-ups here because this is the way grown-ups are supposed to be. and no emotionality coming into the situation at all when you have to be. You're going to have to put your guard down just a tiny little bit to, um, to when it comes to your family, compromise and to 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 um, to place them, to to you have to meet them more than halfway, and that's hard for you. Yes, you'll still get to do your work, but you've got to stop and take a few. You won't be that behind, and you won't get that thrown off course and off focus by taking time to be the emotional creature which you are, which is a human being, and to take care of your own human beings in your life first. Well, Virgo, that's your reading for December 2016. I want to thank you all for all your likes, your shares, your Google Plusing, your subscriptions. And if you're new to the channel and if you're new to YouTube, then just know that subscriptions are always free. It's 1:13 a.m. I can't talk. And please join the little red subscription button beneath the video window. If you find you'd like this reading and you'd like to have a personal private reading, I do offer that service as well. All that information is found below this video window in the description box. I ask that you please read through that at least once. And then send me off an email, okay? And I get your videos out within a 24-hour period as well. And my cat's distracting me at the window here. There she goes. That's Zoe. How rude. Cats are so cocky and so full of themselves. Anyways, I would just want to say, I don't email me and go, hey, bae, because people call me that sometimes in emails. Hey, bae, so how does this all work with your readings? Because all I'm going to do, because one pet peeve of mine, like I'm pretty much a nice, patient person, but I don't like repeating myself. Everything's there in black and white. All I'm going to do if I get an email like that is copy and paste it right back to you in the email, and you're still going to have to read it anyway. What I do have patience for, if you're not clear about something in the directions, please ask me that. I'm not clear how to do this. I'm not clear how to do. I have no problem with that. I'm very, very patient that way. So anyways, I'm going to be back and do the mid-monthlies for December as well. So all I'd like to say right now is that if you haven't subscribed, you won't know about that. But if you have, you'll receive an email notification saying that Bay of Funny Fortunes has posted a new video. If you don't see me between now and the new year, please, from the bottom of my heart, to you and yours, have the most joyful, happiest, peaceful, love-filled Christmas ever, bar none. And I know not everybody celebrates Christmas, but I do. In my world, it's the most important time of the year. I have respect for all traditions and all practices. This one's mine. I don't say season's greetings so that I don't offend somebody else. I grew up with Merry Christmas, and it'll always be Merry Christmas for me because I have to respect my own traditions as well. But it's all done in love, an extension of love, an extension of the spirit and the joy of Christmas. So for now, Virgo, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to say goodbye. I hope to see you back here in 2 weeks. And as I said, have the merriest Christmas, and please enjoy your season and enjoy your month of December. It was a pleasure being with you tonight. Thank you, and bye-bye.